Okay. Hi, this is 9B, and this is my video on my self-reflection and basically my internship experience at the Bergenstock Hotels and Resorts. Basically, I had different responsibilities throughout the internship because I was in different kitchens throughout the whole time. Within the first 3 months, I was mostly in banquet kitchen, and I feel there I didn't have that much responsibilities except for assisting in the mise en place or the preparation of the banquet meals. And the chef there, I guess he did not want to give the practicants, the interns, much responsibility. I feel that part was a bit more chaotic because it was basically more to the start of the resort opening. And in the last 3 months of my internship, I was working in Shark Restaurant, and there I feel like they gave me a bigger chance or bigger responsibilities in terms of handling the dessert section during service times. And of course, I had to help prepare for mise en place for service. I had to also make sure that whenever the fish came, we had every single day Bloedemere and Zanderfish coming in. So with that, I had to make sure that it was cleaned and prepared and deboned for service and portioned out correctly. The other responsibility I had in Shark was to make sure that all the food was safe and not spoiled. So it was my duty to check it, the freshness, and to make sure that anything spoiled was not in the fridge. I feel like the key skills that I've gained in the work placement was basically managing to work in a big resort, which for some people maybe might have been easier, but considering that it was new, there wasn't really a system in place. So one, we had to learn how to make a system. So I feel like I learned how to, or what happens when a new resort is opening, which I think is actually a very good skill, from all the preparations to menu planning. I did get to see a little bit of that, but of course it was the bigger chefs that were in charge of this process. And of course, like I say, I had to clean and debone the Bloedemere fish and Zander fish, which was something that I have not done before. And another skill that I gained definitely was my improvement in German. Well, in Shark Restaurant, my head chef did not speak very good English, so I had to get out of my comfort zone to be able to communicate with him. And it got to, luckily, a point that I could communicate with him in German, which I feel is wonderful. And I feel like what I added to the workplace, of course, the workplace was short-staffed, so especially in Shark Restaurant, I felt that I had a bigger responsibility, maybe even that of a commie chef to some extent, because there wasn't time for me to be a practicant in an instance. They trained me how to do my responsibilities properly, and from then on, they basically let me be in control of that. And I learned how to work in an all-male kitchen, which was something interesting for me. I have not done that before, but I actually feel like I grew then, because obviously I felt like with the male kitchen, they did not let me relax. They pushed me always to do more and to be better and to try and teach me, considering it was an Arabic restaurant, which I did not know a lot about. So that's another thing I learned about Arabic food and cuisine and the flavors that they use and their type of plating. I actually also learned a bit of Arabic words, but it was very basic. One place that, oh, another skill that I learned was also working in an open kitchen, because there were some times where during service, maybe a guest will come up to say thank you, especially to the head chef, and then they will ask questions about the food or where you're from. And another thing is to keep calm, because the guests can see you like throughout service. So even when there's pressure, everybody had to still keep calm and be on a professional level, which is something that I can definitely carry on to my next job or wherever I go. One place that I feel like they could have changed in this resort was maybe to have better conditions for the staff, because I feel like at some points, especially from an intern's point of view, they took us for granted. For example, in the banquet kitchen, there were times where most of what I was doing was cleaning the kitchen, and I felt like when you're training to be a chef, of course, it's good to start from the bottom and go up, but I feel like they made cleaning more of a focus, where I was doing cleaning, I think 70% of the time. However, in the shark kitchen, it was a bit better. I feel like they could have given us also better staff meals, considering we could not cook for ourselves. A lot of people, maybe not a lot, but a considerable amount of people, I personally know of 3 that had food poisoning from the staff food, which I feel like if you're not improving or taking care of your labor force, then how can they work properly? And we did get times when there were guest complaints because maybe things were not moving as fast as they should have been, because there was not enough people to handle the workload. And you had a lot of times people shifting from restaurant to restaurant to try and help out. It was a lot of work to do. And I think they could just organize the people better and maybe make the resort more of a pleasurable place for employees to work, because everyone or most of the people that I did have a conversation with this about explained that when they applied to work at the restaurant, they really thought that it was going to help them to grow and to improve themselves. But I feel like the restaurant did not do enough training for the staff. It was just the basic training that they needed to basically do their everyday routines. And I believe if they put more training in the staff or more effort into improving the staff, it would have been much better. And for the last point, I think for my next career goal, I am planning on applying for a Marriott postgraduate program. And basically this program it's for anybody who has a bachelor's in a hospitality degree, and then they are trained basically into a management position, so that at least now I have basic culinary training. Then now I can also add some management training and put that together to make myself a better employee for the next place that I work. I can have more knowledge and also learn what it takes to be a manager, which I think is a very important goal or important